Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to talk about the best Phase 3 passive income methods. Now, what do I mean by passive income? I mean just straight up AFK. You do the initial setup and you can walk away from your computer and you will still be able to make some gold by doing these methods. All three of them do revolve around professions. The three professions are tailoring, mining, and first aid. But they don't require too high of skill caps to start to make profit off of these methods. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the very first method that we are going to talk about is sort of utilizing tailoring. Now, in order to do this, you need about 150 tailoring, and one of the best ways is to make bolts of silk cloth. They usually have a pretty decent profit margin of a couple silver, but you can do this on max, and once people start farming Scarlet Monastery, silk cloth is pretty much at vendor price. So it is about 40 silver for a stack of it, and then you just kind of make it into bolts. So I'm going to head over here to the auction house and I will show you exactly what I mean, just so you get a general gist of this method and just the price differentials here for using tailoring in this situation. So as you can see, silk cloth, some of it is selling for 1 silver and 67 copper. So I'm going to switch it over here to TSM so we can get great sort of value. So as we can see, one stack is at about 1 silver and 50 copper, so we're going to buy that, and it's 31 silver and 60 copper for that right there. Then we're able to make 5 bolts of silk cloth with that, and if we look here at 5 bolts of silk cloth, so right there you can see how decent that is. So we're just going to buy that. So right there, that would have been about 8 silver profit, and you can do this on Finite for as long as you want. I just bought them to get the total price differential, but it's 31 silver and 60 copper, and then we got 37 silver and 30 copper. So while obviously I'm now going to just make this and then resell that, it is a very sort of niche thing, and as you can see, what you would do is just sit here, AFK, make these bolts, put them up there, and you can turn out some decent profit. You can also sometimes do this with Mage Weave and Rune Cloth. It just really depends on the state of the server, what phase it's in, and the availability of the materials. Just definitely do the same thing I just did right there. Check the prices. You might even be able to do it with wool cloth, but I would just be careful with that. It can always vary, but it's pretty much you just check the prices and then you just make bolts and then you resell the bolts and you can turn some profit. The next method we're going to talk about is going to be mining, and what you can do with mining is essentially smelting. The best thing that I have found the most profit in is bronze bars, because it takes a copper and tin ore. So you have to go there and smelt copper, smelt tin, and then smelt the bronze. And a ton of people are blacksmithing engineering. A lot of min-maxy warriors do this. They'll just skip the whole mining process, buy all the bars, level up their engineering and blacksmithing to be that #1 GigaChad warrior parser, and so you can make a lot of profit just by making these bars. Obviously this is time consuming. Smelting takes the longest to process ore into bar, but it can be very profitable. Another one that I have always found is steel, because you have to smelt the iron and then you have to buy coal and then you have to smelt the steel. So you can make some profit on steel, but steel isn't used too much here in Classic. It kind of gets skipped. You can go from iron to mithril with both professions. Then mithril and thorium can have profit margins, but definitely depends on your server. So I would check mithril and thorium before you buy it and just go start smelting it, because they're used for high level skilling as well. You can essentially get from 1 mining to 300 from just smelting. There's like one little place where it sucks with, I think, gold and true silver, but it's just a little bump in the road, but you can get pretty high up there. Then the final method I want to talk about is first aid, and specifically heavy silken bandages. So these are pretty decent to just make. It takes 2 silk cloth, and what you do is you just buy the silk off the edge, similar to the bolts of silk cloth, and then you just sit here and make heavy silken bandages, and then you just go to the vendor and vendor them. Depending on what you can get your silk for, that is your profit margin on those. It takes first aid of 150, I believe, to do this. So, or 180 first aid, and you can just make those heavy silk bandages and just start selling them at a vendor. It's not too crazy profit margin, but if you can get silk cloth for free, you can sit there and do this infinitely. These methods are just, great AFK. You're completely hands off, away from your keyboard, and you're just sort of processing stuff. I wouldn't recommend it if you're actively playing the game, but like if you're playing like a different game, you have WoW open in the background, you're doing this. If you are, you work from home and you can have WoW up, just doing something super easy. That is another reason why you might do this, opposed to just, going out there in the world and farming real stuff. If you guys, these are the best 3 methods that I've had the most success with, just simply AFK making those and profiting. But if there are any methods you guys have discovered that, you would like to share, definitely comment it down below. I believe I've made decent gold from doing each and every one of these at some point in Classic, so I just want to take the time to share all 3 of these in the situations that you might do them with. But yeah, if you have any questions, anything you'd like to add, definitely drop it down below. I love reading all your comments. But until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.